So today it's generator picks. We have a setup here that's not really standard. They have a gen shed that's 3 stories high and 70,000 pound generators that have a 11-foot by 14-foot window that we're sticking these generators in at each level. So the first level, second level, third level. Normally these all go on the first level and you would just pull up, set them on a pad, and then move on to the next one. These ones we have to actually float them inside the building, but the way they have to be rigged are all straight pull. So we had to get the cantilever system, which we had went over a few different times. We talked about maybe floating them in, drifting them in with load bars, but the way that these ones have to be rigged, they called for this special type of equipment. So at each level, we're gonna rig up the generator. Cantilever bar comes over, we have straight pull rigging from there, and there's a counterweight that sets on a track that you can adjust on the cantilever bar setup to basically balance your load when you have one so far out of center of gravity of that pick. So we just drift these in, set them down on skates, move them in, pick up the next one, move it in, each level. It's been going really well, been going really smooth. It's nice to see. Planning this was 6 months probably, roughly. We went to this cantilever system. I got with Smiley and we talked about maybe engineering one. And then finally, we got with some engineers and about 2 months later, we had the pick plan, we had all the rigging configurations, and we were able to get going. For the last 5 years, we've been working with Smiley because they're the most reliable. They work the best. They're a partner of ours. I take a lot of pride in the partnership. We have a very high standard of what we do, and Smiley has a very high standard of what they do, and it's kind of just worked out to where we kind of are able to synchronize and perform at a very, very, very high level. Not everybody has these cantilever bars. Not everybody has a 1650 hydro that they can roll into town. So, I mean, having this crane at our disposal and being able to perform this type of work, there's only a handful of cranes in town that can do this at the radius that we're at with the type of load that we're lifting. You know, it's 70,000 pound generator. It's a 100,000 pound setup with the bars. You know, I mean, you're to be able to have that type of capacity and the type of flexibility that you get with this crane and with that equipment, I mean, it's unmatched, right? And being able to pull it off very quickly, providing the customer service. Just the generator alone, 68,000 pounds. The radius is about 85 foot. So that's why we needed this monster crane. And then obviously with the very small clearance up there, that's why we needed to get the cantilever bar as well. They're not the biggest generators, but they are pretty big at 85 feet. And especially when we have to use the type of equipment we're using, you know, you can double that capacity or more than double the load. And that's really what we're picking up at this point. As far as width goes, we have about a foot on either side. So we're good on that one. As far as the overhead clearance, we're at about 1 inch. So for us and for Smiley, 1 inch is not too bad in normal circumstances, right? This is not a normal circumstance. Floating it in from that far out and having the cantilevers and everything going on like that, it needs to be a little bit more precise. 1 inch is pretty small clearance up there, but that's why they hire us. We pride ourselves on being prepared to go out to a job, and on pick one, it goes the way that we're expecting.